Hey guys, welcome to Zen Republic HQ, a weekly XR creators event we call People Pioneers, where every week we get a new kind of guest who are in the field of VR, XR, and NFTs, and just share our thoughts and have a nice discussion about this kind of place. So this week we have XaosPrincess. Would you share your real name, or how do I call you?
It's XaosPrincess in VR. My real life name is Christina Kinne, but everybody knows me as Chaos.
Chaos. So it's like chaos. It's CHAOS. That's what.
It's actually the Greek spelling with an X, which looks like which is the CH in Greek. So I did that
So you're
search
German.
optimization.
You're German and you have a Greek name.
Yes, because I love chaos for several factors. It's like if you look at it for graphics reason, it's like the smallest idea of self-referentiality, a chaos star. And also if you go into the fractal philosophy, it's like, for me, the motor of creativity. So I love also when I design art to come up with my own
you
rules.
have a creative personality. So why won't you introduce yourself and just kind of tell us about how you started, how you found out about VR, how you kind of got into it? Were you a traditional artist before getting introduced to VR?
So like my journey started back in the 90s when I read William Gibson's Neuromancer, and I was like always dreaming of like living in VR. And but unfortunately back then that seemed like total sci-fi, and so instead I studied film direction and production.
By the way, one more thing, did you, in the 90s, when you find out about VR, there were already like some like Virtual Boy by Nintendo, there were like some gimmicky kind of VRs. Have you tried any of those, like all the like old school ones?
Unfortunately not. That was still like you would have had to travel to London to get hands on like some example there, and also back then my computer wasn't that strong and my environment wasn't that good. So I skipped the 90s phase and only like dreamt about it, and then like in 2016 I pre-ordered the HTC Vive, and that like totally changed my life. And I I played a lot of Elite Dangerous, which got me rid of my motion sickness, or which prevented me from ever experiencing motion sickness. So I advise everybody.
It's kind of an interesting thing. Like there's no way to kind of just get it immediately over it. You just need to play it out and to just kind of get used to it, so that your brain no longer kind of signals you that this is you're tripping.
Exactly.
Right? It's just like you need to, this is a game you're playing and it's not real.
Yeah,
so
it's you need to convince your body that this is a natural feeling, and that's why also like when I'm designing VR experiences for real life events, I keep away from like handing people the throw up bag right in advance, but I try to design an experience which is easy on new users, but in the onboarding I never talk about motion sickness, and I'm proud to say that I have like a statistics of like with my experiences only like 1 in 30 people experienced it. And but back to like this Elite Dangerous idea, what they are doing so great is, for once, you have like the referential system of the spaceship, which like explains your mind better that there's a reason to move that fast. And on the other hand, they prompt you to act like very slowly and carefully, like when you're approaching the planets and whatsoever. And this is like a great way to like success or like one bit by bit to introduce your body to that new feeling.
That's a very good point you're making. I think that in the later down the road, as the thumbstick movement, like this movement with your controller, is becoming like the not de facto default, right? You move your left arm and you turn with your right hand, right? And so I'm thinking that probably later in the later stages, that the starting apps, right? Oculus has first steps and SteamVR has some like laboratory thing. So I'm thinking there's probably going to be some sort of like an advanced tutorial kind of part where new users have to go through, where you kind of start moving slowly with your thumbstick, and then you kind of there's some increasingly bigger tasks, so that you could kind of overcome your motion sickness in like 20 minutes of tutorial or something. Maybe some like advanced kind of psychological techniques.
Yeah, it's because I think that's the key, that you embrace the feeling. So for me now, the feeling of flying in VR is like totally natural. This is just how it feels to fly in VR. And if you like learn that as like a feeling of achievement and success, then you like, if you like consciously don't say like, oh, this is weird, I want to go to the toilet and throw up, then it's also nicer on your body. But of course, it's also always like dependent on like the individual predisposition. So I also don't get sick on boats easily, and I feel with the folks who are like sensitive to it. But I think there are great solutions to it, and we're gonna overcome it sooner or later. Still, currently we're facing like this dichotomy of like, if I design an experience which is like super safe for new users, hardcore users will go like, oh my god, this is boring, where's the flying, where's the roller coaster? And the other way around, there is like no harder crime than to get like a new user on a roller coaster in VR right in advance. They're never gonna come back, and we want them to come back.
Yeah, exactly. But like sticking to the old teleports is just kind of constraining yourself and not really immersing yourself. When people come in VR and say, "Oh, I'm just gonna teleport. I don't want thumbstick because I don't want to get sick." So it's like they're going very easy. They're going soft and not really experiencing the whole thing. They're not getting that immersed. When you kind of see those like blue bubbles where you teleport from place to place. Well, but going back on the topic, I just want to kind of get rolled into the metaverse thing. So you're a fan of HTC of Steam. I know you currently have.
It went even further. So Elite Dangerous was just the start for me, and then in fall 2016 I encountered High Fidelity, which was Philip Rosedale's social VR platform, like a successor of Second Life. I've been like very active there as a content creator. I sold avatar attachments. I organized parties. And when High Fidelity pivoted in early 2020, the High Fidelity community manager and a team member of the founding Unity team, Caitlin Meeks, and another open source code contributor to High Fidelity, Marky Depres, founded Tivoli Cloud VR, and I got on board as their chief marketing officer. And now we've picked up the High Fidelity code and are proceeding.
Right. So
Philip, we started.
It's reimagined High Fidelity. This is like is the same creators.
It's the same code and partly the same creators, because in that code there's a lot of Marky's and Caitlin's contributions, and I'm like more the visual and the social girl, so therefore I get the word out and I do events on it, and really happy. But I'm also super happy, and that's why I'm so thankful for the invitation, because now I think like I'm dreaming of a connected, distributed metaverse consisting of like many individual virtual worlds which serve for, there are so many use cases, and like for example Tivoli, like at Tivoli, like everything is possible. You can script mini games, you can do particle effects, you can change gravity, you can fly, whatsoever. But the price is, of course, a tethered headset and a decent computer in the back.
Yeah.
And but
By the
on
way,
the other hand, you want platforms who serve for standalone quests or NeoPicos. And this is like, congratulations, you Zen Republic did such a marvelous job there to have like the optimized aesthetics look so cute and inviting. I'm really
thank you very much. So we're gonna talk about Tivoli a bit later, but I would just want to get the things rolling. So Tivoli is gonna be like the biggest reveal. I'm really looking forward to talk about it. But first of all, I'm really interested in your perspective of Somnium Space. So Somnium Space is, for those who don't know, is like a metaverse, like the very similar place to how this is. You log in with your VR headsets or with computer, as Chaos is right now, and you kind of can communicate, talk or voice chat. But the twist with the Somnium Space is that it is an NFT place. That means that you buy your own land as a crypto collectible token. You buy a piece of land and then you can build stuff there, and then you can monetize, maybe make some events happen there. And so Chaos, as far as I know, you have bought a couple of lands in Somnium Space, and you're doing something. So let me just get a picture up. So I'm sure it's you, right? It's your avatar in Somnium Space. And could you tell me more about, like, why did you buy the parcel? Because it's quite an investment, right? It wasn't, those parcels don't go for very cheap. So you must have like a real belief in this place. So can you tell me more about it and about what you're trying to build in your parcels?
Yeah, I've been a supporter of them since their version 1.0, when the avatars were still floating heads, and so I was like, waiting for an auction to come up, and unfortunately I didn't encounter them when they were still doing like their very first land offering on Kickstarter. But I went into the second land offering and the third land offering, and there I hovered over the auction on OpenSea to get these are like my two parcels, a medium one on the left side and a small one that was my first parcel on the right side. But I was like really lucky because when I bought them, I got them. I think the small one cost me like $650, and the big one cost me like $900 or $1,000. And so meanwhile, they have like quadrupled in worth, and I'm like so happy and lucky that I did that. But also here I'm really grateful to Somnium Space, because they did like also a marvelous job at implementing the whole NFT blockchain technology. So it's like super easy to connect your MetaMask wallet to the client, and like every cross-platform idea there works out of the box. And since I came like the virgin to the baby to the NFT endeavors, this was like also a great way for me, like as a new user, to learn how to set up a wallet and how it actually works. And now, of course, I'm a big fan, and I'm always looking up like what's the state of the Ether today? How much are my parcels worth?
Right. But I just wanted to say that for the Somnium Space, when you download the client, then you also need to have your cryptocurrency wallet, crypto wallet as they're called. So basically, when you open up the client for the app of Somnium Space. Then you connect, instead of connecting with your email or password, I think it's either you connect with your email password and attach your wallet to the client so that your account is connected with this wallet, and then you can immediately buy stuff from inside. And so like it really makes it easy to go into the space and being your identity, not being your kind of email username, but you log in as a crypto wallet. So you can have like this, one identity throughout all the different kind of places with your one wallet that's holding all the different assets from different kind of worlds. And I think that's basically going to be the part of the whole metaverse synergizing together. I'm pretty sure of that.
Yeah, it's and you can also like verify your avatar on the blockchain, and this is also something which I'm like really looking forward to and hoping for in terms of that idea of a distributed metaverse, that once we'll be able to have like the same avatar, like that avatar, I drag it through all the platforms, so it's there on VRChat, on Tivoli, on wherever I can import it. But it would be great to have it like protected as a token, and to have it like portable, so that you can like hop through the different worlds, but always have your favorite appearance.
So I'm thinking this will be more like a kind of a internet kind of place where you would, instead of websites, you would go to these places. So you imagine this would be like going to the website. This would be the virtual game studio, right? You would go to Tivoli, to some other kind of social space instead, like a Facebook, right? You could just kind of go from one place to another. But I think in that case,
yeah, that was something which Somnium Space together with High Fidelity implemented pretty early, and I hope they I think they're in the process of getting it back. So they did a thing called Reality Portal. So you'd be on the Somnium Space marketplace with like in your Somnium Space avatar, logged in, and then there was like some shiny, beautiful portal, and you just walk through it, and in the background it would start your high fidelity client, and so you could actually move between both worlds without ever getting out of the VR headset. And this is such a great.
So you're using like the same account, so it immediately kind of downloads the app and logs you in as the user.
It's I think like for once you have like initially you have to like make an account with both platforms and define your username. But once that is wired up, you don't have to like, you know, that because it's always so annoying if you're having like a great VR experience and then you have to get out of the headset. And so this was like really the magic sauce, that you didn't have to put your headset down, like shut down the one client, start up the other one, but that you could all do that within VR. And they also did it visually really nice. So so it was like a nice, seamless experience. And yeah, I'm looking forward. Arthur, get us the portal back. How was it called? Oasis, I think. Metaverse Oasis or something.
I guess I'll need to check it out. But by the way, I think it's still Somnium Space. I'm not sure exactly, but
yeah, that's Somnium Space at night.
This one. So you kind of had, this is quite an old video, but I'm just gonna play it for just a little bit.
And I'm back. It's Chaos. And I'm super excited because I just released my blockchain collection on High Fidelity's blockchain-based marketplace. So this one is the blockchain bracelet. Here we have the blockchain necklace. And these three glowing entities are the Federated Consensus crown, bra, and skirt. So if you're looking for something neat to wear for social VR, find Xaos on the marketplace of highfidelity.com. I'll be back.
Right. It's a you have a very bubbly personality. It was quite a good exposition of the clothing you made. So I was just wondering if if you made this is high fidelity, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is almost history now. That was in 2018.
yeah, I saw it was quite old, and it's already was all about blockchain and wearables. So I was just wanted to ask, was this like you made some sort of a outfit, bracelet, necklace, all the things, and you could buy them as NFTs in high fidelity,
Yeah,
and you
that
could wear
was like, yeah, they implement NFTs when the term wasn't even public knowledge yet. So it was like you wouldn't know how to advertise it, and so they set up a marketplace on the EOS chain, and you could tokenize the assets you designed, and also like enter if you wanted to sell them forever, if they were for free, or if you wanted to have like a limited edition. So my dream with that dress was I did it as limited edition, and I was dreaming of like maybe in 10 years people are gonna search the marketplaces to get like a set of them. And
so
the
they still exist, right? You can still own them, but you can only have them in high fidelity, right? It's like centralized to that platform, right? So if you own it, you own it.
it's well, unfortunately, it had been discontinued together with all high fidelity's VR endeavors, but there was like a great they were starting out a great movement. This was also how I met Arthur of Somnium Space, and how I met the Janus VR folks, because they were having like this VR blockchain alliance to assemble as node signers for like a cross-platform blockchain. But yeah, unfortunately, they are only doing audio now.
Right. Well, but I think that was a very nice initiative, and in 2018, if this was still around, I think your dress would would cost millions those were still. Well, moving from Somnium Space, this is quite quite a graphic image, and I think this is now Tivoli Metaverse. Is that right? And if I'm not mistaken, you're doing this kind of a party event thing in Tivoli, right? This is you.
Yeah, that's me. To the right is Caitlin, our CEO. To the left is Maki, our CTO, and Big Tin and Brainstormer are wonderful like open source contributors and community members. And this was our early access party, like almost exactly a year ago.
Nice. Did you have any kind of new things happening since then? I see like it's quite a performant intensive app. It's on desktop only, right?
No, it's totally in VR. So that's the magic about Tivoli. Like everything is.
I mean wired VR, right? Or is it all for mobile?
Yeah. So the price is that you have to run the calculations on a medium decent computer. So it's like a 1060 NVIDIA GPU and an i7 chip minimum specs. But if you have that gear, you can really like implement anything, like also all kinds of hardware, like brain computer interfaces, AIs, like or full body tracking. Like for full body tracking, I use the HTC Vive trackers. You can we have like a JavaScript TypeScript scripting API, so you can script like real mini games, anything you want. For we are like in the back, like this this T-post glowing man you see on the stage. That's a particle effect, so it would turn around the whole time. Then we had like live light and particle effects on the disco ball. And the big USP is, like, last not least, that it can like hold more than 500 avatars in one non-instanced space.
Yeah,
And
I
that
saw
was,
it. It's crazy. Like you had some sort of party that you had like 430 or something, right? Users in one room, and they were like crowded in the same place. How
and
can this
yeah, that's thank you so much, Philip Rosedale. He was like really visionary, because when he started High Fidelity, he coded from scratch, to have like, for once the world is distributed, and for another thing the whole server load is split up to 5 servers, so you get an audio server, an avatar server, and physics server, and so on, and you can all like amp up those servers on the fly. They just need like 20 seconds restart, and so then you can also like scale up, so if suddenly more people are coming to your party than you expected, you go for a little restart, and then everything runs fine again. And for me this was like psychologically so helpful and rewarding and healing, especially like in the lockdown times now, because finally in VR I really had the possibility to be with many people and to get that crowd feeling and to hug people and to slam with people and so on, and that was like, yeah, really really great for my soul.
VR had a great boost, especially during quarantine. Like many people bought themselves headsets, and people finally figured out that VR is more than just gaming. It's like socializing. This is like the next generation of social media, or if I should say so. So not
Yeah,
even gamers. Like everybody can find whatever to do. Like you can be like some sort of a business corporate guy, and you can go to some like alt space and have networking events, right? Instead of just gaming.
exactly.
It's everybody can find themselves kind of in VR. So, and can you tell me more about this dance, the party that you were doing, and also, is this how you kind of, as far as I know, you're competing, right, with Somnium Space, with Allspace VR chats. So I was just wondering if the thing that you have, the JavaScript where people can code in their games or particles, is that your kind of benefit over the others, the other metaverses?
um I think others have it. I think um maybe VR chat offers something like that too, and definitely Neos, which I also like a lot. But yeah, I think with it, silver lining of the pandemic pushing mass adoption, also the whole landscape has changed. So I wouldn't call them competitors anymore, but rather like co-worlds in the metaverse or the other platforms, because it was like until 1 year ago, you know, you would have like your home world, and you would build your place there and have your avatar there, and maybe like once a month, like in real life, once a month you travel to Austria or do some vacation. So sometimes you do like satellite visits to different worlds, but with the pandemic, I have the feeling that this whole model has changed. So it's not so much anymore about like one lucky company having success with that one and only metaverse, but it's more like I think like around 20 to 50 so virtual worlds, each serving like a different use case. You are awesome for promoting NFTs and for having it work on standalone headsets. Then Altspace has a great event system. Somnium Space is also cool regarding like the NFT art scene. And so also like in my calendar, I'm as opposed to earlier times when there was like once a month a date on a different world. Now I'm like, on Monday I'm in Somnium, on Tuesday I'm in Altspace, on Wednesday I'm in Neos, on Thursday I'm in VR chat, and then on Engage, and the rest of the time I spent on Tivoli, and therefore yeah, I'm really happy with any efforts which make interoperability as easy as possible.
Right, but I still kind of see fault in this as if you have like let's say 20 to 50 metaverses, right, for different use cases, you still need kind of to have 20 to 50 apps on your desktop, like different app for different app for different metaverse. So I'm thinking like the solution would be to have all the metaverses on WebXR, so like just like a web browser kind of a browser. Like VR browser where you could just kind of enter a website with your hands or whatever. You could enter a website, click go, and just immediately switch to AltSpace. That it has a web version of AltSpace.
I think the problem or the challenge is a bit with standardization, because of course you have, for those different use cases, you get also like different performance conditions. So to make something work on the Quest, you have to have like a maximum polygon amount. You can't run scripts, otherwise it would blow up data, and you have to design the avatars according to it. So that's like, and also like WebXR is like a totally different setup than something like Neos or Tivoli, where really like millions of polygons and scripts are possible, but you have to run it as a own client on a computer. So, but I love the idea of at least like a hub for all these worlds. Like if we could have like, yeah, maybe one web page on which you have them all, and where you only have to click the links, and which maybe, but that's a call out for somebody to design the product, which maybe would
I'm sorry, have you heard of Webaverse? Have you heard of Webaverse?
Oh, not yet. Have to check it out.
They're this kind of really ambitious project. It looks like the coders that are doing it are super smart. Like I tried talking to them, and it feels like they're just on a different league. You know, like they're just kind of the visionaries. So, so basically, what they're kind of doing is a web XR based platform, right? So it's all in the website, and basically, they just kind of offer the same kind of a social VR type, but they're going so that you can mint everything here. You can mint like your own pictures from there immediately. Just you just whatever you kind of upload is always minted on some sort of a sidechain blockchain. And the biggest thing that they're trying to do is to have standardized asset system, meaning that you could have some sort of an item. Let's say, for example, I get this. 1 second. Let's say I get this laser, right? I get this laser in this game. I put it up in my inventory, and then I could go to a different platform.
Awesome.
And take out the same thing from the last platform that I've been to. So you can also, as you could travel, have the same avatar. You could also have like the same standardized items that you would kind of take from place to place. So I think for now they're doing it very simple. That means that those items cannot do actions, like you wouldn't be able, because those actions are kind of tied to the game, right? But I think for now what they're trying to do is to have just like a model thing which you could kind of take and then place. It wouldn't even like move positions, but you would still be able to kind of hold it, right, move it around in places, and it would be just like a static object. But still, I think it's pretty cool to kind of have interoperability of assets from your. So I think that's really interesting, and I think if you're like fan of the social VR, I think you should really look into Webaverse. Those guys seem that they know what they're doing.
Oh, totally. Thank you so much for the hint, because that's really, yeah, a solution how we need it. Not only for avatars and 3D assets, but also, and he speaks like the party organizer. What I would love to see on the blockchain is music, because at the moment it's like not possible to pay the artists the music you use on a public event. Like if I would do that in real life, I would talk to my German distribution agency called GEMA. I think in America they're called RIAA. And I'd go like, hey guys, I'm doing a party for 500 people in that and that club. I don't charge an entry fee, but I advertise my product. So what's your price? And they go like, yeah, wire us 300 euros and you're fine. And then they take care of wiring each artist their share. But if I do that in VR, I would have to talk to the RIAA of every country in the world, which is not doable. And even if each of them would only charge me 0.00001 cent per song, that would cost a fortune. So I would love to have like a music pool on the blockchain, which would then like pay the artists by using smart contracts and make sure that like each time that song is downloaded to a computer, they get their 1 cent, either by the producer of the event or by like the end customer. But for now it's like we go like into that gray area, like where's no plaintiff, there's no judge. But the pity thing is that all in all, the artists aren't paid currently, and I'd love to see like a working solution for that.
Right. Well, what I saw is it was like this huge boom of NFTs, like on February or something. Those like huge artists started to kind of mint their songs, but it was in this kind of a way of you're buying this kind of a limited edition, like 3D model of vinyl album, right, or something, and then when you buy the NFT, you unlock the songs of the whole album. But I think like this is just like a kind of a gimmicky way. Like it's just like a merch. Like it's not as you said, like getting the copy of a copyrighted song to use it for your own things. But it's just more of like owning a merch, like owning a T-shirt of some sort of a musician. So they're owning an NFT copy of an album. So I'm sure there's lots of ways to kind of revolutionize music with NFTs and like all the licensing issues. So
I have the feeling at the moment it's like a lot of playfulness and also like trial and error, and that is just wonderful. Still, I can see so many like hardcore use cases where we really need the blockchain, be that for that like minted music pool, or be that for identity verification, for avatar minting. So especially VR screams for solutions in that way.
Right. Well, I just wanted to ask you, what do you think about a standalone ways of connecting to blockchain with a standalone? Because I'm currently having this issue because Oculus, at least Oculus, but other standalone headsets too, they don't currently support having to open 2 apps at the same time. So immediately all those crypto wallets are out of the picture. They're not even doing any APIs for crypto wallets, so you would be able to connect. So for now, the standalone doesn't really have any ways of getting the blockchain like right into it. I have this gimmicky way of just getting the data from the internet. So without connecting to your wallet, I'm able to show my own NFTs and all the owners of them, but just without being able to buy and sell. But I'm still kind of figuring out if this is going to take a long time to get standalone to the blockchain.
Yeah, it's I think it's also like dependent on the business model of these companies. So Oculus, aka Facebook, really goes for your data, and they want to like Mark Zuckerberg wrote like the most inspiring article or like leaked email to his investors where he said like we got to work on VR. There are like 3 columns. That's hardware, infrastructure, and apps. We're gonna put that on, and this is the new operation system. So and I think like a quarter of all Facebook employees are working on VR. So they want to found their own ecosystem. And
Exactly. So
also like
they
that's it I'm very much hoping for. Also Apple will found their own ecosystem for VR, and I'm fearing that they're gonna run into the same conflicts as we have now with Apple and the Epic Store, for example. So they aren't interested for the business models. Neither Facebook nor Apple are interested in getting any other means of economy into their space, but they want to run it like Facebook will want to run it on their Libra chain. Apple probably will gonna found their own chain, and so that's also like one of the reasons why I'm a big fan of like more tethered independent headsets and like a modular system for your hardware.
That's what I thought actually, because like when I was thinking like what would make sense? Why would it make sense for Oculus to just kind of let everybody use Ethereum chain and get all the money circulating from inside the apps? So I'm thinking like the only way to do it is just go off those stores and just make like go with each side quest and just kind of get those third party users who are embracing the classical blockchains instead of Libras and stuff. So yeah, that's happening all in my head, all those things. Well, would you mind just kind of sharing at the end, just kind of sharing, just tell me about like some event or whatever the cool that happened in Tivoli, so to get us stepped up to join Tivoli at some time at some event.
That was like a garden party we were having in Tivoli, and we just came up with these building woods, and that was like our big fun was like we would all build like little block huts and then like splatter them again. So that's
right. So these worlds are user generated, right? Everybody can just kind of go in, edit their own world from inside VR, right? Or through
it's in VR in desktop mode. We got like a Blender plugin which also lets you build the whole thing, including scripting and including defining physics and clonability in Blender. But you can also do it in VR, and in general, it's like Tivoli is open source and distributed, so everybody can set up their own server and be like also the boss of that server. And we had servers like running on a Raspberry Pi to like servers running on 5 AWS machines, which could handle a couple of more users. And also like for the assets, so you can host the assets wherever you want and just like draw them together. But to prevent like IP theft, Tivoli Cloud VR offers a cloud storage system, and if you store your stuff on that system, you can use our T protocol, which encrypts and decrypts the files on the fly, so they can be ripped off if somebody knows how to hack
I guess
stuff.
this is some high end stuff, but I guess what you're trying to say is everything's your data is secure, everything's private, and it's all very performant.
Yeah.
Especially because you can have 500 people at the same time. I think it's incredible. Right. So and one last thing. You said you're doing the NFTs in Tivoli. Could you like, you said it's really pre-alpha? No, it's not accessible now.
That's...
You said you would like to kind of say where the Tivoli is going with the NFT space.
So that's like a work in process, yeah, pre-alpha project. We're still working on it, but the idea is to have like all these asteroids and to sell them as NFTs, and they
plans have asteroids.
no, we're getting to the planets. So all the asteroids are done after like a lifelike model, and they have like randomly generated like different metals and minerals and stuff in it.
Right. So it would be like a huge game, right? With
And
everything generated randomly.
yeah, it's like a world building collecting game, and then the idea is that you can buy those asteroids, and if you have collected enough minerals and metals of each specification, you can then merge your asteroids into a planet, and on that planet you are then able to build and have your own little world.
I hope it really works out for you. Like, I'm really interested to hearing all those. Everybody's just innovating with those NFTs. Everybody's creating their own kind of things, and I'm really excited to know if this all works out for you. I have also some cool ideas for this space for NFTs, but hoping for kind of just get the whole idea of getting on the standalone headsets blockchain, but I will figure out later. So also, before you guys go, I would also like to say that we have POAPs, participation badges, NFTs for everybody who came here or who's listening on Twitch. So if you want to receive your POAP to commemorate that you were actually here listening or participating at the event, you can use the code everyone. Like the code is called everyone because of the social VR and stuff. So how you receive it is you go to our Discord server. You can find it on our website. Just join the Discord server and DM POAPbot with this secret code. Again, it's called everyone. So you DM POAPbot everyone. He's gonna send you a link, and then you click it and receive your POAP. For that, you need to have a MetaMask wallet. So if you have a wallet or MetaMask, other wallet works well too. So you just DM POAPbot, write him everyone, and then receive your POAP. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Chaos, for coming here to talk about social VR metaverses and Tivoli. And thanks for everybody who came here to listen.
Thank you so much. Let me give you a hug.
One more thing. If somebody wants to come to Tivoli, what's the closest event? What's the event that's happening? Why would people join Tivoli? Is there anything coming up soon?
Just follow me on Twitter. It's XaosPrincess everywhere on each platform, and I'm gonna soon post our next party, and on tivolicloud.com. That's our homepage. You can download the client, and if I'd be overjoyed to give you a private tour. So if you've installed it, just hit me up on Twitter or Facebook or LinkedIn, and I'm happy to give you a tour.
So I hope we're gonna meet. Everybody's gonna meet at Tivoli when the next party is going on. And thank you everybody who came once again, and see you next week. Thanks again, Chaos.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Bye bye.